And as you can see, the water is up to my shins, even close to my knees, but not just that. Come to the right and you'll see not one, but 2 trucks that are in the water because it's way too flooded on this frontage road. And as you can see, the water is up to the door handles. More than 8,000 Starbucks across the country have signs on their doors just like this one that say that they are closed. And that closure is due to employee anti-bias training. We are at what police say is still an active scene in Brownsville as Brownsville PD continue to investigate a report of a stolen vehicle that led to shots being fired. Right now, a news media tour is being held at the Southwest Key Holding Facility in Brownsville at their Casa Padre location. That's right, we're in Brownsville right next to the border wall, and we haven't seen any military presence as of yet, but according to a memorandum that was released tonight, the president has authorized the National Guard to help secure the border. TxDOT has had a lot of bumps in the road that they're finally smoothing out. Now, if you take a look at the project from our CBS 4 Eye in the Sky, and you can see just how far they've come and know that they're one step closer to being complete with the bridge. Dyslexia is one of the hardest learning disabilities to identify. According to Harlingen CISD dyslexia specialist Shannon Reyna, the reason is because many dyslexic students are bright.
And they compensate, and they find these ways to compensate, and so you're not really seeing the struggles that they have. SpongeBob cast me? A pro hockey player?
Alexandra Royles' 6-year-old son, Charlie Medellin, has struggles with dyslexia.
Anytime I would try to read something to him or show him his letters, he started flipping everything on me.
Royles, like many parents of dyslexic kids, was worried for her child's future.
So, I did feel a little bit kind of helpless, or how can I help my child be successful?
In kindergarten, Royles tells me her son had developed negative reading habits.
So he wasn't really sounding out these words, he was memorizing them.
When Charlie got to the 1st grade, his teacher noticed the same habits.
It is too small. I will fix that.
And that's when his teacher was like, has he ever been evaluated for dyslexia? What happened there? And I said, no, he hasn't. But I have always seen these little things where I always thought he was dyslexic.
A common misconception about dyslexia is the mixing up of letters inside of words, but it's more complex than that. Other identifying factors include number reversals, difficulty putting thoughts into words, and completely skipping over words in a sentence. And with added stress and pressure, these symptoms can be increased.
Their decoding is really a struggle, so that means their fluency and their accuracy, how fluidly they read and how accurate they read is impacted.
At HCISD, Reyna says they begin looking for signs of dyslexia in children as early as pre-K. Teachers will watch the students for the next couple of grade levels to see if the same habits are still there. Then they'll begin to test children for the disorder.
Which is early, but that's the time we want to intervene.
She says it's all about retraining the brain.
And the crowd goes wild.
Accommodations to instructions are made for students. Charlie now goes to educational programs 4 times a week for 45 minutes to develop strategies to help him with his dyslexia.
Oh yeah, even his grades have gone up.
Yeah.
Even in class, he's more confident when it comes to math.
Parents who want to help their child overcome dyslexia, according to Reyna, seem to only focus on the training exercises.
And I have parents say, you know what, okay, they've qualified, so what we're going to do now is we're going to clear their summer calendar, we're going to put them in interventions all summer, we're going to do this or do that.
While that is important, she warns parents to not neglect their child's interests and strengths.
Because that's really going to help carry them through. Yes, interventions are great, but we don't want to alleviate all of their passions just for interventions.
This year's Travis Elementary's robotic team has had a successful first LEGO League season. They won multiple trophies this year, but 5th grader Joshua Del Valle has a different take on this season.
It doesn't mean anything about winning. It just means that you had an experience and you just won and you had a good time.
The team is composed of Adan Guajardo, Isabel De Leon, Dante Sandoval, Shelby Bonmontes, and Joshua Del Valle. In February, they competed in the regional championship against 80 other teams and advanced to the finals in March, with the winner advancing to the FLL World Championship in Houston. Coaches Zulma Salas, Mariela Cantu, and Jesse Saldivar sat with their team waiting with enthusiasm.
They're like, our name's not being called at the end, and we're not receiving a trophy. It was like at the end when they finally announced the championship award, and they were called. They were ecstatic about that. So that was an awesome opportunity for them to be able to go through this journey.
The robotics team, with its creativity and handfuls of Legos, build a robot that they then take over to the competition table, where the team must perform different types of robotic missions in front of judges. But team coaches say that it's more than just building the robot.
And let them know it's more about what you learn, what you get from each other, you know, the experiences that you're going to learn here, you can use them somewhere else.
To be a part of Travis Elementary's robotic team, students need to display a certain type of core values. Those values are be a team, finding solutions from guidance from coaches and mentors. Coaches and mentors don't have all the answers, and we learn together. Fourth grader Isabel De Leon says she's learned more about herself being on her team and using the core values, and she's grown to love being a part of the robotics team.
Magnificent and all the words that are more than good. It was the best thing that's ever happened to me.
9 months ago, and no sign as to where Ramiro, also known as Kimberly Avila, is. It's taken a toll on her family, and Avila's sister Yvonne says there's been no peace.
The pain is very unbearable.
Avila has been missing since May 2017 after being dropped off in downtown Brownsville one Friday evening. Right now, there are no leads, and Avila's family is still looking to anyone who can provide clues as to where she is. The Valley AIDS Council, along with South Texas Equality Project, has even raised money for Avila's return. The reward is up to $3,000. The organization's president, Oscar Lopez, says their concern is that harm may come to Avila's way because she's transgender.
Trans women, especially trans women of color, are the #1 group targeted in the United States for violence.
Every day, Kimberly's family puts up missing posters like the one here throughout downtown Brownsville. The following day, they're taken down. Kimberly's sister Yvonne believes that someone doesn't want her to be found.
I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe they like seeing us, you know, in agony. I don't know. You know, there's so many people out there that I don't know if it was a hate crime. I don't know if it's somebody that he knew.
Oscar believes the community needs to rally effort to know Avila's whereabouts.
But when a member of our community goes missing, that should impact all of us. And it shouldn't just be a matter of, was she assigned female at birth? Did she grow up and always see herself and was seen as a girl?
At the moment, Avila's family is heartbroken, and that feeling will remain until they know where she is.
How much we love him, how much we need him, how much we miss him. They just don't know.